What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 104, and we start today's episode off by beginning the new Bundesliga season. And as you can see, we now have two new players in our first 11. If you didn't see the last episode, got to go back and watch that. We made two new signings, and we also sold one of our old first 11 players as well, so definitely go check that episode out if you missed it. Flume and Boateng are now in. Of course, William Carvalho went to Barcelona, and yeah, I'm really excited. Of course, we've now switched to play 4-2-3-1 wide as well, so we're not playing three at the back. So a couple new signings, an alteration of the formation, so it's not like we're just carrying on from last season's work. We've made some adjustments, and hopefully they're going to turn out to be positive changes. Hopefully it's not going to backfire and blow up in our face. Hopefully these two new signings, Flume and Boateng, give a lot more defensive stability as well. That's the main reason I brought them in. Of course, Boateng is going to play right back despite being a primary centre back. He can play as a right back as well. And of course, Flume looks like a really decent defensive midfielder as well. 6'3", great skill stats. I think his standing tackle is 91, 88 interceptions. So hopefully those two will give us a lot more defensive stability, because of course last year we did leak quite a lot of goals, particularly in the Bundesliga, and hopefully we will be okay. But we take on Wolfsburg for the first game of the new season, and as you can see, the first goal would also be scored by us as well. In the 12th minute, Toni Kroos, our big money signing last year, carries on what was a fantastic debut season last year with an early goal, the first one of the season here at the Olympiastadion. So Kroos, he came in last year, he was our big money signing, £30 million plus Maya, and he was just amazing, and he was great in every game, and he's already got to a great start this year as well. So Kroos opens the scoring here in the new season. And just a few minutes later, Sydney Sam collects the ball. Berber spins around Ricardo Rodriguez, then a Ronaldo chop. Rodriguez doesn't know where to go. Sam's got past him and shoots, but unfortunately his shot goes wide of Forster's post and out for a goal kick. Just a couple minutes later though, another chance here. Lasogga gets onto the ball, plays a quick little 1-2 with Toni Kroos. Lovely little link-up play there. Lasogga down the left-hand side, keeps on going, stops, gets onto his right foot here, fizzes in a cross. Goretzka's shot is saved, his second shot is saved, but he just about manages to poke the ball in at the third time of asking. So Fraser Forster must have sat there and thought, for goodness sake, defence, seriously, I made two great saves there to deny Goretzka from close range, and he still tapped it into the empty net. So Hertha Berlin 2, Wolfsburg 0. Goretzka doubles the scoring here, and we are 2-0 up early on. And in the 24th minute, Wolfsburg had a corner. They needed to respond, to be honest, because as things stood, it was looking very bleak for them. But from this corner, Luis Gustavo's header is comfortably dealt with by Neuer, who dribbles out of his box, then passes it through towards Nico Schultz, playing left back for us. He skips around Christian Trash, a lovely piece of dribbling and agility. Brilliant work from Schultz, crosses the ball in, and Lasogga heads it in to make it 3-0. So Lasogga, who was quite subpar last season, actually didn't play very well, gets his Hertha Berlin account underway in the 27th minute. A really good header on the back of that Schultz cross, who is going to be a first team member now, playing left back for us, and I'm happy with that as well, because Schultz is a really underrated player. Very quick, good crossing, decent tackling as well, can play left back and left mid. Very happy Schultz will be now a first 11 player, and of course he is the only player that's been here right from the start, if you don't count Lasogga, who was on loan at Hamburg when we brought him back. But still 3-0, and the 40th minute here, you saw Wolfsburg had a header which went wide, and from that we broke and went down the left hand side. We crossed the ball in, and Lasogga ends up bicycle kicking the ball, well, acrobatically overhead kick, whatever you want to call it, into the back of the net to make it 4-0 in the 41st minute. And we are just running riot here at the Olympiastadion, and this is just going to be as things stand. If this game is anything to go by, we are just going to run riot against so many teams in the Bundesliga this year, because I finally found a formation, because we've switched formation pretty much every single season, but I think I finally found a formation which looks like it's going to work out perfectly for us. It's got brilliant wide play, it's got great centre mids as well, and of course Lasogga leading the line is always going to get us a lot of goals. So Lasogga scores a great goal, and it is Hertha Berlin 4, Wolfsburg 0. The Wolfsburg players must have walked off the pitch at half time thinking, what on earth have we got to do here? Because as things stand, this could finish 7-8, even 9-0 as things stand. This is such a dominant performance by the Hertha Berlin players. 2 for Lasogga, 1 for Goretzka, 1 for Kroos as well. Absolutely fantastic first half. And in the second half, we wanted to start just as brightly as we did in the first half. So as Junior Malanda gives the ball away, Lasogga runs onto it, takes aim from 35 yards out, but Fraser Forster pulls off a big save and keeps it at 4-0. So Forster, who already had a busy first half, was on course for another busy second half here, as he had to deal with Lasogga's shot. And a few minutes later, it's another great chance. John Anthony Brooks, a former player, gives the ball away. I turned out with Sam, then turned back in to beat the American. I shoot, but it's a good save by Forster, and it's turned behind for another corner. So still 4-0, but the first half was so amazing, and we weren't just going to sit back in the second half. We were going to try and score as many goals as possible. I could have just said, you know what, we're 4-0 up. It's the first game of the season. Let's just take the foot off the gas, make sure we don't pull any hammies or just tire our players out. Let's just take the foot off the gas and just relax for the second half. But I was like, no way, man. Seriously, I want to score as many goals as possible. And in the 62nd minute, we were passing the ball around. Some really nice play. Royce collects the ball. Chips it over to our left back Schultz, down his left hand side, takes on Luis Gustavo, fake shots around him, back heels it back to Royce, first time crossing with his weaker left foot. Lasogga wins the header, but Forster denies our big striker from getting a hat-trick with a really, really good save. He was having such a busy afternoon, but from the corner, Royce crosses the ball into Lasogga again, and this time Forster can't keep out his header. Lasogga makes it 5-0 in the 65th minute. It's been an absolutely dominant performance, and there is no way back for Wolfsburg now. And in the 67th minute, they give the ball away again. Kroos intercepts, finds Lasogga, looking for his 4th goal, and as he turns his man, he barges him out of the way, keeps on going, shoots, finds the back of the net via the far post. Hertha Berlin 6, Wolfsburg 0. An unbelievable game. We were just running right against Wolfsburg here at the Olympiastadion, 6-0 up, and Lasogga had got 4 of these goals as well. And directly from that, I subbed off Flume, making his debut for Omre Can. I also subbed off Lasogga for Yashil as well, and I think I brought on yesterday Volland for Kroos as well. So I made 3 changes just to rest the guys. Now they'd done their jobs, particularly Lasogga. But from kickoff, like an idiot, my defending was really poor, and unfortunately I couldn't stop Cockering from scoring and making it 6-1. So unfortunately the clean sheet goes. I was really hopeful of keeping a clean sheet on the opening day of the season, particularly after scoring 6 goals, but unfortunately I couldn't hold on to it. My defending is really poor. It really is, there's no doubt about it. And Wolfsburg, that was one of their first real chances, and they scored from it as well. It was a real shame to lose the clean sheet, what can I say, but it wasn't going to matter too much, you know what I mean? We were still going to win this game by at least 5 goals as things stood. So yes, disappointed to lose the clean sheet, but even so, we were just running right, and Schultz almost got a goal here after a nice run by our left back, but Forster made the save. And it was indeed how the game would finish, a 6-1 victory. And if this season is going to be anything like, the basis of this game would suggest, we are going to be running riot against so many teams, because it was just, I'm not going to say it was so easy, but I just felt like I was in control of every single attack. I really knew exactly what to do. It was a really great game for us, 6-1 the final score, and a fantastic opening day here in the Bundesliga, as we will be trying to retain our title for the 2nd season running. Dortmund want £9 million for Moritz Leitner, and I'd like to sign the guy, as he is a really decent central midfielder, only 24 years old. So I put in a bit of £7 million, and we'll wait and see what they say. Of course, we don't need him. He'll probably be a bench/reserve player, but he's still good for squad depth, and I'd still like to bring him in regardless. Of course, Zelalem is on the loan list, so that'll mean we only have one sort of recognised CM on our bench and reserves if Zelalem does leave on loan. But we also put in a new bid for the goalkeeper Horn, and we also gave Matthias Ginter a contract because he wanted a new one. Hard to hard to remember, he's only 23 years old, our captain, and he's an absolute machine at now 87 overall. So we give him 70 grand a week, and as you'll see in a minute, he does indeed accept it. A bid also came in for Robin. A lot of people ask me why I call him Robin. It's because I can't pronounce his second name. And Palmer want him, but I'd rather keep him here, even though he's a reserve centre back now. He's still very good. And also Dusseldorf wants 2.4 million for Giefer, who, if he is going to come in, will be our 3rd choice goalkeeper, which I don't mind paying because we still got a lot of money left and we don't really need to buy any new players. But Moritz Leitner is going to come in. Dortmund accepted a £7 million bid, and we put in a bid of him for 60 grand a week on 5-year contract with sporadic first team player status, and as you'll see, he did indeed accept that contract in just a moment, as Ginter accepted his new deal we offered him too. And also Dusseldorf and FC Cologne weren't happy with the bids we were putting in for Giefer and Horn. Again, whatever goalkeeper we sign will be a 3rd choice goalkeeper, so I don't mind who it is, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'd still like a 3rd choice goalkeeper just for backup and peace of mind, but we'll have to wait and see. And also the last thing you'll see in this episode is that a bid came in for Sebastian Young, our right back, is wanted by Monaco for 5.5 million, but I'm not really sure if I want to let him go because it will probably be our last season and we don't need the money to sell him. And also as well, Moritz Leitner, as I said just a minute ago, did accept his contract, has joined. He's a 79 overall CM and a very good deal for just £7 million. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of my Next Gen Career Mode, please leave a like, because it is much appreciated and it really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.